Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Are we here? Oh, hi, Cindy. Thank you. I wasn't sure if I was live or not. Hello, hello, hello. Just trying to bring up my stream here. There we go. Okay. Okay, I think I got it together here. Maybe. Maybe. We shall see. How's everybody? Oops. Lost my screen. Restore chat. Okay. Always something. Always something, people. If you haven't done this for a couple of weeks, it's always something. Okay, I think I'm back. All right. Hello to Cindy. Christy. Mama is learning. Is that Sherry? I don't know if that's right. See what happens when I'm away for a minute. Linda McAllister. And the Linda. We got lots of Lindas in the house. Hello to all the Lindas. Arabella's Heart. Hi, Tori. Hey, Lori. Hey, Skinny Cat Carrie. Hi, Angie. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Susan. Hi, Catherine. You can tell who's with me today, can't you? Hi, Candy. Hi, No Eat. Hi, Tam. Sherry. Okay, I thought that was right, but you never know. Yeah, Chance is with me. You gonna come up and say hello to everybody? Okay, come on. Both of them are out here. I'm gonna let them get up here on the table. Hi, Christy. Come here. They both want to say hello, apparently. They both want to say hi to everybody while we chat a minute. Hi, Dana. Oh, I gotta make myself a note. Gotta make myself a note because I have not sent out the VIP class email yet. Alright, so I got myself a note. I should stick it on my forehead. That way I know where it is. You guys know how that is? Like, I need to plaster that right here. Hi, Tink. Okay, so I'll put this like, maybe like this so you can see all of us at the same time. Maybe. There we go. Good shot of the felines. I don't know if everybody's face is clean or not, so if not, you'll just have to excuse them. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Debbie. Good to see everybody. Working and lurking. Gotcha. Working and lurking. I understand that very well. I understand that super well. I do. All right, there's Chance. No, you can't rub your head on the camera. Charlie loves to get up there and rub his head on the camera. Hi, Ann. It's nice to have you guys join me. It's really good to be here today. Really good to be here today. Good to see you. Clausman may be in the chat. I'm not sure. Hi, Joan. Hi, Michelle. Lie down. Lie down. You gotta lie down. You cannot. Hi, Barbara. You cannot rub your head on the camera. That's what they think. They think that everything that is within reach is for them to rub their heads on. You know? That's what they think. Anyway, so it is Drama-Free Friday, we hope. Hi, Tracy. I missed you guys last week, too. So, Drama-Free Friday, it is. I'm Barb Owen. And I've been very hit and miss lately because Clausman fell. I'm sure most of you know that. Hi, Becky. Hi, Marion. Hi, Robin. Clausman fell on January the 6th, and so that caused a series of events that, including an ambulance ride and hospitalization and all kinds of stuff. And so we've had some fallout from, not to, bad pun, but there's been some subsequent things we've had to deal with. So anyway, that was where we were last week. We had some stuff had to deal with. Anyway, he's home. Hi, Annette. He's home, and we are making steady progress, I think. I think we're doing steadily better, so that's good. Anyway, the boys here think that they are sadly neglected. That's what they think. There's Clausman. Yeah, these guys think that they are very, very, very neglected and that they should be the center of attention today. So, Race may or may not be here today because he was not feeling well. And so he might or might not be here today. So it's... Could you get any closer? Could you get any closer to the camera? All right, we'll just go this way. Chance has decided he's going to be up close and personal. So anyway, there you go. Tomorrow I'm planning to have the VIP class tomorrow. Email has not gone out. Don't know what we're doing. I have not recorded a class yet. We may be doing a class live tomorrow, or we may be just having a chat and a show and share tomorrow. I really don't know. So we're just going to play it by ear. My energy is a little bit lacking because it's getting used by other events. So anyway, I know that you guys know how that can be, right? If you have a family member that's had a tough time, you know how that can alter a lot of things. Anyway, so the boys wanted to say hello. I don't know how long I'll be on today. I will be here for a little while. I have not a whole lot planned. So anyway, it's Drama-Free Friday, and I'm Barb Owen, and this is brought to you by HowToGetCreative.com. So there you go. Okay, so we're going to put said felines back in their room now that they've had their 5 minutes of fame. Hey, Eva. And so I'm going to put them back in their room, and we have a bright, sunshiny day here today, so they should be quiet, but that's no guarantee. Because like I said, they're thinking that they have been so neglected. Yeah. So anyway, let me put them away and wash my hands. And then I'll be right back. And hopefully Chance doesn't knock the camera off of the table while I'm doing this. Oh, you were a good boy. What a good boy you were. All right, come on. Yeah. Little tiny cat. Little tiny boy. Okay, I am back. Cats have been laying on my black chair, so I'm sure that my blue jeans, the back of my blue jeans is probably covered with cat hair. That's a nice look. Nice look. Okay. So, let's see. Hi, Violet. What was I going to tell you? I have a little drink of tea while I think. Whatever it was just blipped out. Oh, I know what it was. Hi, Marilyn. Creative challenge. All of the things that everybody sent to me. I think I have them all. I'm not positive. I think there might still be some in the support tickets. And I will attempt to do those next week. Okay? The studio and the library. I don't know who you are, but welcome. I'm glad you're here. You want to tell us who you are? Hi, Dorothy. Hi, Robin. Got a couple Robins here today. The Robins are here. So the creative challenge submissions that everybody sent that we did during December. Can you believe we are in February and I still haven't done that? Anyway, we'll plan to do those, I hope, next week. Because once Race is... Hi, Ivy. Once Race is back and feeling better. And anyway, we'll go with that, okay? So thank you for your patience. I know many of you are anxious to see all the entries. I am too. So we'll do that next week, I hope. Hi, Sarah. Good to have you. Welcome. Good to have you here. All right, so a couple things to show you, and then we're going to play a little bit. And thank you to Becky and Barbara. I still have you on as mods. If you don't want to be, you'll have to let me know. Otherwise, you're under no obligation to be here the whole time either, Becky or Barbara. But if you can kind of help, that would be great. Hi, Kimberly. Donna in Arizona. Oh, good. Oh, nice. Well, welcome, Donna. I'll try to remember. If I don't, you might have to remind me again. So many of you who have been a part of my channel for a while, I'm just going to go with it, know how much I love this publication. It's the Breathe magazine. And I just thought I would show this one to you. I got this one recently, and it says display until the 29th of January, so it must be a fairly recent issue. Anyway, it's really, I really like this issue, or this magazine. It's published in the UK. It costs us $15 an issue here in the United States. I don't know if it's more reasonable than that in the UK or not, but it's really a nice publication. I particularly like the style of the artwork. It is, I think they have different artists that work on the artwork, but they all have a kind of a similar vibe about the art. And many times, pretty much each issue is dedicated to a subject, and this one happens to be gratitude. They have some journals that they, special issues. They have one for teenagers and another one for children, I believe. But anyway, one of my favorite things to do is, these are all images from the magazine, and one of my favorite things to do is to make a color copy of it. Sorry, need to change something on my computer here. Make a color copy of these, and I use the images in my journal. So that And maybe someday I'll actually cut up the cover. But right now, I'm not ready to do that. Anyway, I just thought I would show you this, but the whole issue is all about, have fun, huh? Unless you're scared of clowns, then it's not fun. But it is full of things about gratitude and encouraging you to be grateful. Sometimes you have to really look. There's always something to be grateful for, always. But sometimes you have to kind of look, don't you? Yeah. So anyway, I don't know if this issue is still available, but I just thought I'd show it to you. Another thing I wanted to show you is I got a planner. And of course this is for this year, but I have yet to use it. I have yet to use it. This is called, let's see if I can get it where you can see, the Passion Planner. Sorry, I was just reading the chat. So this is the Passion Planner, and this was started by, I'm just learning about this company, started by a young woman who's, I think she's Filipino, but I am not positive about that. And anyway, she's young, very young, and she's doing very well with a Passion Planner. So I don't know if you are familiar with this, but I thought I would show you since there's nothing in it yet. I might have put one or two things. I don't know. Anyway, I just thought I would show it to you so you could see what it looked like. They have these in various setups. Some of them are set up so that they start on Monday. Some of them start on Sunday. It just depends on what you like to do. And some of them are not undated. And so I'm just going to leaf through it just so you can kind of see. One of the things that's interesting is the section at the bottom, personal projects, top priority, work projects, breakdown, create a mind map of this month's game changer. It just depends on, that's not enough room for most of my mind map things, but hey, it gives you started. The pages are actually white. Yeah, they're actually white. So this is what a week looks like. So I got the one that starts on Monday. They had a sale, I guess you would say, or a special or something, where you could buy one and get one. It was after, I don't know if it was after January 1 or right around January 1. So my granddaughter and I did that. So that way we each had one. She had used one for last year and really liked it, so I thought I would try it. I don't know if it's my thing or not because I haven't started in it. One of the things that I do love is that there's a quote. There's a quote on every week. So if you know anything about me, you know how much I like quotes, right? Hi, CB. And let's see. So there is a quote here each week. But you can see how it starts. And it goes from 6 in the morning to 10:30 at night, which, you can write things in there. You can use this as appointments of things you're going to do, or you can, probably what I will do is write in this list the things that I did do. And I like that there up here at the top it says today's focus, so that's interesting. They have various they have a YouTube channel with a number of the people who work for Passion Planner, and with the different ways that they use it and so forth. But once you see the kind of how it's laid out, then you kind of have the idea. And then there is a monthly reflection, 2 pages. So it helps to kind of keep you on track. If you need something or if you like something that kind of helps you with that focus and maybe goal setting or planning or whatever, it might be an option. The paper is nice. It's pretty thick as paper goes. It's not really thin like a Hobonichi or some of those journals where the paper is really super thin. I mean, there are going to be some pens that are going to penetrate the paper, like a Sharpie's always going to go through, but a Sharpie pen is not. Sharpie marker, yes. Sharpie pen, no. And then another thing that's nice about this, I have one note at the back, and that's it. Another thing that's nice is at the back of it, there are pages. I'm just going to see quite a few pages. And then there's the end of the year. So there's end of the year reflections. So you got end of the month and end of the year reflections. And then from this point to all the way to the end, so there's this many pages. I don't know how many pages that is. There's blank paper or this is dot grid. You see that? So there's quite a few pages of dot grid and quite a few pages of blank. Sorry about that. And then there's a pocket, a gusseted pocket at the back, which is a fabric pocket, which is nice. And then an elastic closure. And then there was also a sticker and that I already stuck in my other journal, and then this card is in here as well. So anyway, I just thought I would show that to you in case any of you were interested in knowing, in case you hadn't seen a passion planner. This is the wraparound that came around the journal. So this is a 12-month, but they do have them in all different styles. There's a couple of different sizes. I'm just learning about them, so I don't know a whole lot about it yet. But there's a couple of different sizes. There's one smaller than this, and I don't know if there's one larger or not. So that is that. Okay, so anyway, what I'm planning to do with this, since it's February, from the beginning of January, so I'll show you what I'm planning to do. We may do some of this today, I don't know. What I'm planning to do here is to start here, which is December 28th to January 3rd, up until, let's see. So actually it's these two pages and the very first part of it, like in the beginning, like maybe these two pages. I'm thinking about doing some collage on those, just to, just to put some stuff in it, just to break it in, just to put something on the pages. So that's what I was thinking we might do today. I don't know. We may do some of that. But first, tea. So how are you guys doing? Hi, Kathy Berg. Hey, Nancy. Watching from Mexico. Welcome. Linda doesn't plan her life. She just lets it happen. Unfortunately, I can't do that. Unfortunately, I cannot do that. But you can only plan just so much, and you have to make room for other stuff, right? So anybody that I didn't say hello to, welcome, welcome. I'm glad, really glad you're here. Yeah, Cindy says that the U.S. week starts on Sunday, the UK week starts on Monday. Well, I'm in the U.S., but my planning week really starts on Monday. So that's why we're using that one. Hello, Jill. The plan has to be flexible. All right. I hope you guys are doing well. Here in the United States, they are rolling out vaccines slowly but surely, and they have made it into our area in very limited quantities. You know, this is just one of those kind of update things. Very limited quantities of vaccines. However you feel about the vaccine is totally your call. I get it. But they're beginning to roll them out. So that is a big change. I have cat hair floating in my tea. That's nice. What else? I don't know. Joan's going for her vaccine tomorrow. Good for you. So are you all finished, Dorothy? Are you all finished with them? So I see people are writing in the chat that people are getting. Yeah. Israel, Noit says she's already been vaccinated. Israel was, hi Marie. Israel was right on they were on the leading edge of all that. So kudos to Israel. I've been watching that. There's a guy in the UK that I've been watching, his YouTube channel. John Campbell, I think is his name. I don't know if he's a retired RN, but he was an RN, I believe. And anyway, he does the tracker about where the vaccines are, how they're being rolled out, what all the update is and stuff. It's been really interesting to watch. I have to take breaks from him every once in a while because it gets too technical, but anyway. Anyhoot. So everyone who plans to get vaccinated, I hope you get it in a timely fashion. And that's pretty much what we're going to say about that. So also, welcome to everyone who's watching the recording. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel here, I would love for you to do that. Okay, so let's move on, shall we? So I have lost track of how many weeks ago we did this. Totally lost track of how many weeks ago we did this. We did some goofy relatives. We did a zine. Okay, so we did a zine. Oh, looks like I have spilled on here, so we'll have to do something with that. I have no idea what that is. Looks like tea or coffee, doesn't it? Anyway, we did a zine of Goofy Relatives, and it's, of course, it's on the front cover. That would be, that would be the way that would go. And so what I've done so far is not much. I think 2 weeks ago, we ended up adding the hats and so forth to them. Yeah, splatter time. Isn't that the truth? I think I already did splatter. And this is the other one that we did parts of, and I finished it up. So here's what they look like when it's not folded up. And well, if it's snowing, that is some yellow snow. You know what they say about yellow snow, right? And so this is the other one. So I thought I would show it to you, and then I thought I might add a little bit to these. You may see some pencil marks on these, and I'm just going to let the pencil lines live there. So here are the other ones. These are all just splots and splashes of color, and then added stuff to them. And I like her a lot. And so there's the end. This could be Daniel Boone or Davy Crockett or just the outlaw cousin. We don't know. Okay, so that's what they look like. And so I thought what we would do is, as I said, I'm not sure how long I'll be on today, but we're going to go for a little while, okay? To be honest with you, to be blatantly honest with you, my energy level is not great. So I tend to crash in the afternoon. Yeah, so there we go. Just to tell you the truth. Michelle says, tried Goofy Relatives for the first time last week. They're so much funny, but you need more practice. Yeah, that's what you do. You just practice with them. You just practice with them and play, play. Just play. Those of you that are new, if you're not familiar with the fact that we have a merchandise store, we do. I think you'll find the links in the description box below the video. Along with HowToGetCreative.com, which is a membership website. And you'll find information about how to find out more about that. Okay, and that's all I have to say about any of that. How's that? I bet you're glad about that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my, these are inexpensive from the craft store watercolors. And this particular set happens to be the Low Cornell set. It says they're made in Germany. I don't know. And so I thought what we'd do is we'd play with some of the different things on here and add a little color. And at this point, if I don't see the chat, put it in caps. I will try to look up every once in a while. Some of the worst of the pencil, I will try to get rid of a little bit of it. But some of it is just a line. I'm going to leave it alone. So this guy has a bird on his shoulder. So I don't know why, but he does. So let's play and see what we can do. Okay. So I have a bunch of colors up here on the palette area. And so I'm just probably going to play around with those. And you won't see this because it's going to be off screen. I think you'd probably rather see the relatives than you want to see me or the palette, right? Okay, so here we go. So I'll show you just for a second before we get going. Let's wet this one. Another reason I'm not going to do this on screen is because I'm going to try not to splatter on the little windows like I did apparently last night. Alright, so I'm just going to play with this because I have no idea what I want to do, but I thought we should add a little something, don't you think? Don't you think he needs a little bit more something something? I hope you all are doing well. I'm not going to worry about staying inside the lines here. We're just gonna go for it and see what happens. He's got a flower in his hat, so I'm gonna just add a little something to the flower. I am not a watercolorist, don't profess to be a watercolorist by any stretch of the imagination. So any of you that are and go, oh my gosh, you should not be doing that like that, sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay. What shall we do to this little bird? I don't know why he has a bird on his shoulder. Maybe we'll add a little bit I'm just trying to get a color here that I can live with. Add a little bit of color to fill in his ear there. His ear on that side was really tiny, and so I drew it bigger. That there was a blank space, so I don't know. If you've been hanging around me very long, you know that blank spaces and I don't do very well together. we tend not to see eye to eye on things. And I have no idea what colors I'm getting here on my palette until I pick them up and put them on the paper, and then it's like, oh. If you want to learn more about watercolor, Kathy Arbor has a series where she started beginning watercolor. And so you can check out her channel. Okay, so let's see, what can we do to his bow tie? Our weather here has been so crazy lately, so crazy. Earlier this week, we had it was like 56. I forgot what day it was. The next day it was snowing. It's crazy. That is the Midwest in the United States. It tends to do that. I don't know if it does that where you are, but it certainly does here. It's crazy. And today, the sun is out, and I don't know what the temperature is, but just having the sun out makes you feel like you can take a deep breath, you know? This is super cheap watercolor paper. Okay, let's go over to this guy. We'll let this one sit for a minute, and we'll work on him. I don't know what happened up here to his head. I don't know what happened. Something. Yeah, this is just watercolor that this is hardly what one could consider really watercolor. It's Barb's down and dirty watercolor, shall we say that? There's all kinds of ways to use watercolor, you know, and do a really good job. There's lots of people out there that do wonderful watercolor tutorials and so forth. This is not the place to be if that's what you want. Okay, the only other thing we're going to do on him is, other than maybe I might draw some fishing lures or something like that on him later, on his hat. I'm going to just pick up some color and paint in his shirt. So those of you who have done your own version of Goofy Relatives, put it in the chat. I'm curious as to how many of you have tried them. The original inspiration way back several years ago was from Carla Sondheim, and it as anything, you take what somebody shows you or somebody does and make it your own. And so that's what happened on these. That's how they came into being. All right. So Jill tried them. Hi, Kathy. So she draws a lot of different characters with big heads and long, skinny legs and normal body. That's cool. Robin says it's freezing in Canada. And Linda McAllister made Goofies. Well, there you go. That's good. Linda made Goofies. Okay, let's get up here where you can see. We have, in our merch store, we have a lot of my Goofy Relatives made into stickers. And you can get the images on other things too. Like I have, I don't have it here with me, but I have one of the pouches like this. I have one of these zippered pouches with the relatives on it. So these are some of the relatives that you can get. These are stickers you can get in the store. You can get two different sizes. This is the bigger size. And then we have a few sentiments. You do have to cut these out. They're not, I don't know what the term is. I don't know that die cut's the right word, but they're not so you can just peel off the sticker. You actually have to cut them out. So here's some more of them. So there's a name on each sheet. So we have uncles and cousins and nephews and aunties and so forth. Anyway, so if you want any of my relatives, you can find those in our merchandise store. Robin made Goofy Relatives with polymer clay. Well, that's cool. Very cool. Okay, so there is the first guy. We may come back and add a little more something to the bird. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Let's go to this guy. This guy right here. As they develop, I have to say, I really enjoy them. I really do have fun seeing how they develop. Sometimes I do, I develop something with one of them and I think, oh, this one's gonna fail. I have drawn dozens and dozens and dozens of these guys and gals and weirdos. I have drawn dozens of them. And I can honestly say that no two of them have ever come out to be the same. Even if I've tried to make them the same, they don't come out to be the same. And I also have to say that I love each and every one of them. I do. And the other thing I have to say, for the most part, this is a far better family. Some of you will understand this. This is a far better family than the one I was born into. Some of you will understand that. Okay, so meanwhile, back at this. I think it was Wayne Dyer said, friends are God's apology for your family. Some of you will identify with that as well, I'm sure. it's not something I often talk about. Well, those of you who have read my book, Normal Doesn't Live Here Anymore, will understand more about that. Hey, Debbie, it might be a sad thing to say, but for many people, it is absolutely true. Yeah, could be sad, but you know, sometimes the truth is what it is. Can't deny it. I think families are, for many people, families are greatly challenging, and you know, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. I know when I heard that from Wayne Dyer, I just like, oh, nailed it. Nailed it. Okay, so we'll let him sit for a little minute there. And let's come over and let's see if we can give her a crown. Your ex-father-in-law. It is funny to see, you know, when you find people that they resemble. Hey, Jan. Okay, another little sip of tea. Yeah, and Debbie says when she grew up, when she was growing up, she thought everybody else's family was the Leave It to Beaver family except for hers. Yes, Ann Lars said she highly recommends Carla Sondheim's book, Drawing Lab for Mixed Media Artists. If you guys will remind me in a minute, I'll get it and show it to you in case you're not familiar with that book. I also highly recommend that book. Okay, so let's work on the Queen, shall we? Maybe I'll take out a couple of, I don't know what happened here on this one. Last night when I was adding the pen marks, some of the watercolor scratched off. I have no idea what I did or why it did that. Absolutely none. Zip, zero, nada. Don't know why. I'm sure it's something I did, but I don't know what. Okay, so let's put a yellow or golden crown on her head, shall we? And then you can always come back after the watercolor's dry, and I do this frequently, come back with gel pens and what have you, and further embellish. I'm having to hold this down because the watercolor paper has warped. So I'm just holding it. That's why I've got this weird thing going on with my hand. I'm holding it so that it doesn't bounce on me and do some funky thing with and put paint where I don't want it, like we had on that other one, which was annoying. Okay. She seems like she should have a little bit of lipstick. So we'll give her a little lipstick. And she needs, we need to paint her roses on her dress. And then after the roses are dry, I'll come back and I'll paint. We'll paint her dress in because I think she's a very colorful character. She might be the queen, so we're just going to call her the queen. So what have you guys been working on? Anything great and wonderful and fun and I hope so. I hope you're being creative and enjoying some creativity. Tell me about what kinds of things you've been working on. All right. I don't know if this is dry enough yet, but we're going to go for it. And if I regret it, I regret it. It's been known to happen. I'm going to put a hat band on his hat. Watercolor is definitely its own animal. It is its own thing. Okay, so maybe on his shirt, let's see, what do we want to do for his shirt? Maybe we'll do I don't know what color this is going to end up to be, so let's see. Kind of a blue. Okay, that's fine. He has on a string tie. My dad used to wear string ties, and so usually when I'm doing a series of these guys, I'll do at least one with a string tie, just to kind of remind me of my dad. My dad was a professor for 37 years, and he taught floriculture, which is flower arrangement and all kinds of things to do with flowers. We've done journal pages and stuff about my dad in the past, just because I have pictures. He took about 1,012,000,012, I counted, pictures of flowers and plants and all that. Most of them, many of them for years, were on color slides that we would look at them on, with a projector. And then eventually he finally started doing things with prints, color prints, and putting them in albums. So then we had dozens and dozens and dozens of albums. And they traveled. My parents traveled quite a bit. And this was after my dad retired. They traveled a lot. And so they had so many pictures from gardens all over everywhere, because mostly that's what they did, is they did garden tours and so forth. And so I had all kinds of pictures from those days. Definitely cheap watercolors here. Definitely. It's okay. They're only for fun. Anne's reading Betty Edwards' book, Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain. Oh, that's cool. Hi, Judy. Tracy's doing Jelly Plate Print Fun February and Insta with Jane Davenport. Cool. Cheryl's doing I'm going to read the chat for a minute. Cheryl's doing, because see, this is what happens. I ask a question and then I forget to read the chat to get the answer. Let's see. Hi, Sarah Ross. Hello and goodbye. Okay, Susan Gray. Lots of watercolor mandalas. That's cool. All right, I'm scrolling back so I can see what you guys answered. Yeah, and you're going to see some of the messages coming up from Nightbot about the creative challenge and all that. That's all got to be updated. It's just life just got in the way, so clearly I haven't updated anything. Yep, sometimes that's what you got to do, Becky, is survive. Barbara Clark finished her JB5 book from the Fourth Sunday Hop and posted a flip video. Good for you. That's great. I'm going to have to look for that. Lori's working on a calendar with authentic paper. That's nice. Desk size. Cool. Annette's been doing mostly bullet journaling. I love bullet journaling. Twinchies and crochet. Good for you, Linda. That's great. Are you trading the Twinchies, or are you just doing them for fun? Jill bought a bunch of supplies to make Valentine cards for friends and family. Well, that's nice. Starting today. Yeah, you better get started on Valentine's for real, huh? Kathy Berg's working on her winter journal. Nice. Marion is still starting at 5 teacups and saucers for pincushions. Oh, staring at 5. Well, that's okay. They're not going anywhere. They're not eating anything, Marion, so there you go. Becky did some monoprinting with the speedball plate. Oh, cool. How'd you like the speedball plate, Becky? I have not used that one. Joan's been making cards. Shocker, Joan. And resin pieces and designing stencils. Yeah, not enough hours in the day. Isn't that the truth? So back to Susan with watercolor mandalas. Sarah is a dog groomer. Cool. She's learning how to do textile collage. Very good. That's great. I think she's already gone, but there you go. Whoops. Arabella working on Kandinsky painting. That's great. Cheryl's doing a 100-day project. Houses that she wasn't happy with, so she started already. Or restarted, because she's behind. My mother used to say, the hurrier I try, the behinder I get. You guys heard that expression? So, drawing on the right side of the brain, I read that one. Trying to catch everybody's comments. Robin's working on a journal with images and papers from magazines from the early 1960s. Oh, I bet that's going to be fun. Dorothy is working on online mixed media course. Cool. Is that still the same one you were working on last year, Dorothy? Birthday challenge. What was that? I missed. I'll have to go back and read the chat later. Okay, I think I am caught up. Candy's been busy procrastinating. There you go. Hi, Diana. You can use inspiration from me. Well, okay, thanks, Dorothy. That's kind of what I thought. I don't know how much inspiration you might get here today, but you might pick up. Sometimes all it takes is one little thing to get you going, right? So there you go. Okay, let's go back to the Queen. Her roses should be drying by now, so let's paint her dress. Maybe we'll paint her dress. How about pink? One of our clients she was originally from the South and southern part of the United States, and she always said that her family or whatever, I don't know who it was, always pronounced the color P-I-N-K as pank. So I don't know. I don't know if that was her family or if that was a cultural thing or what, but they did things. If it was pink, The color was pink. I just always thought that was funny. So the queen's dress could be pink or it could be pink. I don't know. A lot of people don't like the color pink. I always liked it. Okay, so there we go. So here are, we'll take a look at these guys. Let me show you a little bit better. Whoops, that was a lot, but anyway. So that way you can see them all in one shot. There you go. So you can see this half like this. Good, Michelle. Good for you. Succulents on the front porch. That's cool. Fairy gardens. One of my friends in a class a live class that I did, she was doing a lot with the fairy gardens. They were so cute. So cute. All right, let's make this bird give him a little more, give this bird a little more color, shall we? Maybe not the whole thing, but some of it. Okay, I'll just give him a little more color. Okay, so let's turn him around. And I'm going to do this a little bit longer here today. Probably not a lot. And so let's work on this guy. Come in a little closer so you can see them a little bit more, a little bit easier. So this Daniel Boone character, see if we can make his shirt or jacket or whatever it is a little bit. We won't really do buckskin because I'm not really sure if that's the color I want, but we'll do a little bit of add a little bit more. How about a little bit more brownish? How's that for explanation, huh? Okay. Oh, I didn't detail his hat very much, did I? I must have given out before I got to his hat the other day, whenever that was. So I'm just adding some details. I don't really know what these lines are, but we're just adding some details, just, to give it a little more something something, because we can. All right, we'll let him just kind of sit there for a minute. Let's come to this one, this guy, the baseballer guy. I will try not to stretch this into another stream. I don't know what we'll do next time, but we'll do something different than this probably, huh? Because I have a feeling we're all getting tired of this round of the goofy relatives. I am. Will this be able to be seen in its entirety after the live stream? I'm not sure what you mean, Diana. Can you give me more? Ask me a little bit more in detail. Clarify what you mean. Do you mean this whole live stream? That will be available. Yes. If you mean these guys, if I get them done, I will show them on a subsequent live stream. So I'm not quite sure what you're asking. So if you give me a little more information, I will do my best to answer. Sometimes I paint with brushes that are just way too big, you know, and then you go outside the lines. You would join me to watch paint dry. You'd like to see me break into the planner? Well, maybe we'll do something with that. I don't know. Yeah, so I have to do something here because I went way outside the line. But I'm outside the line here too, so yeah, whatever. Okay, let's go to this little guy. This is going to be problematic because I put black up there for his hair. So that's going to be a little problematic. So we'll just work with it. When you have something that isn't going to work very well, you got to just go for you just got to go with it, because if you try to change too much, it could get ugly in a hurry. So we're just going to give him a black hat here. Blackish brownish. How's our queen doing over there? She looks like she's doing okay. She's standing on her head, but she looks like she's drying out okay. I'll try to have these guys done by next stream. As far as all the detail finish up work, I'll try to have that done and show it to you next week. Although, I won't guarantee. This coming week we've got some appointments that we have to do, and I'm trying to get back to work. So the moral of that story is I'm not sure how much I'll get done this week, but you never know. I might get it done. Okay, we're going to leave the pom-pom alone because it's too close to all that black. And let's come over here to this fine lady and get rid of a little bit of pencil here. hope you guys are having a good day. And I'm so appreciative of the fact that you're hanging out, that you chose to come to How to Get Creative Drama Free Friday. We call it Drama Free Friday because as we clearly know, there is plenty of drama in the world. And so we try to just hang out here and take a break from all that and pretend that everything's perfect. I know it's not perfect. Believe me, I know it's not perfect. But there's no reason you can't pretend every once in a while. It's good to stick your head in the sand, you know? It's good to do that. So we're going to give her some blue flowers because everybody's hair should match their dress, right? I think so. You could do all this kind of stuff that I'm doing here. You could do that with markers or pens or, gel pens or whatever else you might want to do. You certainly don't have to come back in with watercolor. I just thought, the truth is the watercolors were still on my desk from the last time I was here, so it's like, okay, we'll just keep doing that. We'll just keep doing that. The first part of the stream today, yes, it'll all be it's all one upload. God, brain. The brain. But Diana, you didn't miss much. You didn't miss much, really. You didn't miss much. Okay, so she needs a few highlights in her hair. I'm thinking she might need a little purplish in her hair here. Now, if you want to see earlier renditions of what I did to create the relatives and stuff, those are earlier streams that will be earlier. It'll be the last two streams. The last two recordings prior to this one. So we're just giving her a little bit more color in her hair because we can. One of the things that's fun to do too is, I don't know if I can do it on this one. We'll see. We'll see if we can do it on this. It's to give them eyeshadow on the ladies. So let's see. It just gives her a little something. We can do some on this one. On the queen, because, she should have some eyeshadow, don't you think? Hi, Alicia. Hi, Signa. Hi, Teresa. Amber. Good to see everyone. Now, when you got other colors down underneath, the skin color, you just got to put it down and let it dry. As I get in here and mess around with it, you have to leave it alone. Otherwise, you're going to totally screw it up. Ask me how I know. Okay, so we need a bow. What color do we want to do for her bow? I think we might do a dark purple bow. What do you think? We'll see how that works out. And that way, if it happens to bleed out into her hair, it won't matter. Hello, little sister Cheryl. Nice to have you join us. Watercolor is one of those things that if you have wet any place and you come in with a color next to the wet, it's going to wick, for lack of a better term. There's probably some other technical term for it. But the wet will grab the color and just pull it into wherever else it's wet. So you might not have wanted to have purple down in her hair, for example, but it's wet around the hairs and it might just grab it and pull it in there. So for example, on this one where this guy is, where we put all that black in there, that's why I couldn't put anything up here on the pom-pom, because it was gonna, the wetness of this hat was gonna suck that all down in there. So it's probably safe now for us to put something up there. So it looks like the shine's off of it, so I think it's safe to do it. We'll find out, won't we? We will find out real quick. I am not good at leaving. Some people are really good at being able to paint up next to a color and leave a little bit of blank space there. Yeah, that's not me. I'm not good at that. Some people can do that really well. Anyway, so it didn't run down into his hat. The red didn't run down into the hat, so we're good. So the red is going to stay red, the black's going to stay black. You could use that nice hat because it's gold. Isn't that funny? Different temperatures all over the world, huh? Okay, so I might leave her dress, actually I may leave her dress white because I kind of like it with the white with the blue flowers. But we're going to put a little bit of color in her beads, and then I'll come back probably and put some gel pen on top of it later. But let's just start and give her some gold beads. Just because we can. So she's got that started. Okay. I'm just bouncing around from one thing to another. I'm sure you've figured that out by now. Not for any particular reason other than I just sort of looked at it and went, yeah, that needs a little something, something else. Okay, so we'll leave that alone. I think we're going to call these on this row probably finished for now anyway. Could add more. I'll probably add more of the gel pens and so forth later. But that gives you that row of relatives to look at. So there's that. And I could do much more to these, but I'm not going to. We're gonna call them on this guy, these, finished for now. Now, one of the other things that I do typically is I like to add sparkle dots to the eyes because I like them to look somewhere. And white watercolor doesn't work worth a bean, in my opinion. So I'm going to use some white acrylic paint And I just got to figure out where it is. Oh, here. We'll use this one. This is Slick Writer. It's a tulip. It's actually fabric paint right there. Good enough. Good enough. I'm going to use my note as my palette. Okay, so now what I need is I'm just going to use a straight pen just because it was the quickest thing for me to get a hold of. Sometimes a white gel pen will work for this. I've used that. But I like for them to have a way to look. Otherwise, they could just sort of have that blank expression, where if you just add the little sparkle dot, to me it makes a huge difference. The sparkle dot can give them, it just gives them a lot of character. Clearly, I can't talk and do this at the same time. All right. So, do you see how much difference that makes in the eyes? Because it gives them life, and I just really like that. So, there's that. And there's those. Big difference, huh? It does make a big difference. It really does, because all of a sudden they come to life. Okay, let me go get Carla Sondheim's book. Let me see if, first of all, let me see if I can put my hand on it. I think I know where it is. It wasn't where I thought it was. Let me look one more place and see if I can find it. Hi, Charlie. Sometimes I organize myself into a problem. Do any of you do that? You're like, oh, these make a lot of sense to go in this space. And then you go, well, that's not where I had them the last time. Anyway, here is the book that we were talking about earlier. This is Carla Sondheim. She has a very characteristic style, and this is an excellent book for those of you who... I find myself returning to this book quite a bit and finding new things in it all the time, no matter how many times I've looked at it. Hey, Sandy. So, Drawing Lab for Mixed Media Artists, and this was put out in 2010. I'm sure you can still find it on Amazon or other places. I've seen it in our local Barnes & Noble fairly recently. She has a very unique style. Lots of things you can learn from this book. Lots of things you can learn. And lots of things that are really challenging as well in here. So it's a kind of book that you can look at, and you can kind of go through it and you go, well, this thing appeals to me today. This one kind of chapter, for example. And then you can come back to it another time, down the road, and that particular thing doesn't hold your interest, but another chapter does. So you can just really find a lot of inspiration in here. Like, inspired by famous artists. She did a whole thing for kids art camp one year that was inspired by all different kinds of different artists. And those were really fun to do. These are really fun, very challenging, the one-liners, where you put down your pen and you never pick it up, and you also don't retrace a line. Picasso dogs, these are a lot of fun to do. Anyway, so lots of fun things in here. So that's a really good book. It also has dust inside of it. Shocker. This is another one that I have by Carla, Drawing and Painting Imaginary Animals. This is she has some of that inside this one, but this book, I know she has at least one more book beyond this one. It's a little similar to this one, except this is just all about animals. If you don't follow her on Instagram, if you have an Instagram account, I encourage you to follow her. She posts some really fun images of animals. They got a puppy not too long ago, and so she draws different inspirations from her puppy. So anyway, so those are the two books that are very interesting books by Carla Sondheim. Picasso Cats and Dogs. Okay, I've lasted longer than I thought I might. So I am going to head out today. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will try to finish these guys. They're still, some of them are a little bit wet, so I don't want to fold the book up. I'll try and get them finished this week, and I'll try and finish this one as well. And figure out what I'm going to do with these drips. I don't know. I still don't have a clue what I dripped on this book. Anyway, so there's the beginning. The next 2 pages. The next, and the end. So I'll see if I can get those done and show them to you next week. That will be a good goal. And hopefully next week we'll be able to do the Creative Challenge images as well. So, can you try one of what next week, Tracy? I'm waiting to see what it is Tracy wanted to do. Oh, you're welcome. All right, I'm gonna take off. Thank you for joining me. Those of you that are VIP members, I will get your email out to you later today with your information about the class. I don't know. Picasso dog. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. No promises. No promises, but we'll see if we can do that. That might be something fun to do next week if I remember. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow in the VIP class, or if I'll get something pre-recorded. Anyway, we'll just play it by ear. How's that? It'll be a surprise to all of us. So thanks everybody for joining me, and I will see you next week. So remember to get creative today, because it's easy. Everybody stay safe and be as healthy and productive and creative as you can. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.